Hi guys, how are you? Today I want to show you how to write Angular simple service on TDD style. So it's continue to my previous article related to how to write an Angular pipe with a TDD style. So in this example, I will write an Angular simple service, and what I mean in simple service is that the service, it's called the people service, and it creates all the CRUD operation. They create, read, update, and delete, and there will be some local variable that all the people array. So let's start. If you love the article, please share and clap. So let's start. First of all, I have a playground stack blitz with Jasmine. So let's begin. We need in TDD we need to have the process of red green refactor, and first need is to write a failing test. So what is the first failing test? Just that the people service will be defined. We will remove this test, but I love to write a simple, very simple test, just that the whole stuff work, and after that I start creating the real test. So I will copy and paste, it will be faster. So first of all, okay, so first test is we need a people service will be defined. So this is the first test, and it will fail. Why? Because the people service is not defined. So that's what I get here. Also, we have a TypeScript that help us, and wrote that there is some error. So we create here also the production code that you can see the production code with the test. It will be easy. Just for this example, of course, real application, you will separate it in the separated files. So this is the first test, and we create some class with people service, add a notation for injectable for service, Angular service, and the first test, it's dummy test, but as I say before, I love to write it because it's easy. So first test is passed. Now let's do the real test. So for our first test, we need to create a people service with an empty people list, right? Because we need the people lists for all the CRUD operation. So we add this one. And of course, it will shout us because the people service, it's not defined, right? I need to do it also here. And now I get that the people is not defined, and we expect it will be an empty array. So we need to edit our class. And now we can see that we have an issue. Why? Because should create with empty string. Okay. Right. it's not empty, so you need to initialize it. Yeah, so it passed. So two tests passed. Now we are in the green mode, right? In the TDD we have the read, green, and the refactor. So now we are in the green. All the tests pass, and we ask ourselves about the refactoring. If there's something that can pop out, do some abstraction and wrote better code, refactor. So yes, we need to do two things. First of all, we can extract this initialization of the new people service to before each, right? Before each test. So we can do it. We can remove people service. Just edit like that. And the test is passed. So this is first refactor. The second refactor is the any. I don't love to work with the any because we have the strength of a TypeScript with the types. So we can create some type or some interface for that. So we have a person interface, and it can be an array of person interface. So we add it, and again the test is passed, so we are good to go. This is the first real test for the create people service with an empty people list. So now we think about the new tests that we can do about the CRUD operations. So let's think about tests. So a simple test that I think is just get all the peoples from the people service. So let's write a test for that. We create a new suite that call a method get all method. And what this method need to do, it's just need to get all the peoples from the list. So I call to get all to get currently the empty list, right? So I failed. Why? Because the get all is not the function, is not defined. First we need to define it. We will define it. It returns a person array, right? And we need to return the people from the service. Return and the test is passed. We return the people from the people service. So the get all is passed. Now we are think ourselves if there's something that we refactor. No, let's continue to the wrote more tests. So we can wrote test for create. Okay. So what we want to do, we want to create a person. We want to add this person to the people service, and after that we want to get all the peoples and expect that the test will pass. Just a minute, let me order it. Yeah. So there is let's do it like that. So we have a create method, and what we want to do is want to create a person mock, okay, that will be with some ID and name, and we want to call to create method in people service, right? With this person mock, it will save it to the local variables, and after that, when we get all the people from the people service, we want that we will have array with this person mock, right? So we wrote the test and it failed. Why? Because the people service create is not function. So let's think how we can implement it. We need to wrote the function. The create method will not return us anything. By the way, you can change it if you want to return something. But in this implementation, I didn't return anything. So the create will get a person, right? And what it will do, it will add it to the people array. So this is one of the ways to do it. You can just clone the existing array with that person. Okay, you can use the array methods to do that stuff, but this is just one of the implementation. Use the destructuring functionality, and as you can see, the test is passed. So we add the current person to the people, and after we add it here, we expect that the people service.getAll will have one person in the array, and it will be a person mock. Okay, if you don't sure, you can create person mock2. Okay, another person mock2, and here we expect to get person mock2, right? Because we want two person in our service. So if you see, the pass is again passed, and we can ask ourselves if there's some refactor that we want to do now, because we're in the refactor stage, and from my point of view, no, we can continue. So what came after create is remove or delete. We want to remove a person. So we will wrote the describe again delete method, and we want to send a person, and the person will remove from the array. After that, get all the person from the array and see that this person is not exist there. So let's just run the test. So it should remove person. We create some person mock, okay? And we need to just do it like this. So first of all, we create a person mock, okay? We add it to the people service. After that, we remove it, and we expect that if we get all the new people array from the people service, it will be empty. Why? Because we add it and remove it. So there is exception. Why? Because people service remove is not, the test is failed, sorry, because the people service remove is not function. So we need to create the function, and remove, we get again person from a person type, and this is one of the solution. So we update the people array with the new people filter array that will remove the person that we want to delete from the array itself, and we see that the test is passed. Okay, so if you want to be more precise, you can do something like that. If we create some person mock, so we expect that it will be here when we get all. After that we will remove it, then the array will be empty, and we see that the test is passed. So we add person, we see that the person is added, we delete person, we see that the person is deleted from the array. This is the delete method, and all what you see here is a positive scenario, right? So let's create to the last test, and it related to update, right? So update method, and the test need to do the update stuff. So we have some person in the array, we want to change maybe the name, and we want to see that after we update, we use the update service method, this person name is updated. So how we need to wrote it, let's see. So it should update person, and I just remind you there is a the arrange act asset assert ordering in the test. I talked about it in my previous article. So in the arrange we create some person mock. There is a person update mock, okay, and there is the expected result that we expect here. So what we need to do, we need first create a person, we need to update this person, and after the update we want to check that the people's array have the updated person mock. So we wrote the test, and it failed because the update is not a function. So what we need to do is to write the function itself. Let's go here and update get person or update person. So we need to create, there is one way to do it, and it with the map operation. So we can do it like this. So we go over all the peoples, and for every people, if it's the same ID, it means that it's the same person that we get. We need to return this person. So it creates a new array here in the people with the updated person. And when we put it, we see also that the test is passed. So it means that we added some person, we update it, and we see that the new array is update also with the updated person. So this is a 6 test that we do here. It's for a positive scenario. And there is also test for negative scenario. So I will do just one negative scenario because this video is too long. So let's take the update, for example, and we will see that it should not update person if the argument is invalid. And what is mean is the argument is invalid. It means that the person that we want to update is not a valid person, such null or undefined value. So let's create a test. and we need to see that it will fail. So should not update person when argument is invalid. So we have a person mock, we create it. After that we want to update it, but we send to update some invalid argument, such undefined. We can send it null, or we can say the person that the name of the ID is null, so it's not a valid argument. And now we can see that cannot read property ID of undefined. And if we go, here is a bit hard to understand, but you see the line, and it will fail in the line 25. He tried to get here the ID from the people itself, from the person, sorry, and it's undefined, and you cannot get ID from undefined, so it fails. So what you need to do, you need to guard yourself. You need to check that if you have a person you can update the people. And now let's see if it works. And voila, it's work. So it will not update the person if the argument is invalid. You can edit more stuff like person.id if it's also valid, right? And what we check here after the update, we take, of course, the get all method and see that the people array is the same as before when we create it. So the update not influence anything in the person array itself. And this is the test. So for get, create, delete, and update, there is a positive scenario and there is a negative scenario. So also the get all and the create, for example, for create, you can add a negative scenario when you also get an invalid value for creation, a person with the wrong ID or something like that, and you can throw an exception, and you can expect that this test will get the exception and handle it. And as I say before, this is an incremental process, and I love to split the test for a positive scenario and negative scenario, and I verify that all the scenario is exist. So guys, if you like this video and this article, please share it and clap it. And in the next TDD Angular service guide, I will show more real world example with the subject and the observable. For example, with an HTTP client service. So bye-bye, and I hope that you learned something new. Bye.